Hello and welcome to Shorts. This is part 2 of Introduction to Threads. In this video, I'm going to create a new runnable class and I run the two classes simultaneously. To save time, I'm going to be creating a copy of my print thread and slightly changing it to perform a different function. I'm going to go ahead and make a new class and call this draw thread, actually. And I'm just going to copy my print thread and paste it into my draw thread. I'm going to rename the class to draw thread. And then I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to be deleting this string and scanner variables. I'm going to remove the scan initialization code. And I'm going to remove the line initialization code. And also the g.draw code. In my input function, this time I'm going to want to draw a line, which is going to be printed by the render function or method. So to do that, I'm going to make a public int called counter. In my initialize function or method, I'm going to initialize counter to 0. And in my input class, every time the while loop runs, I'm going to increment counter by 1. Then I'm going to draw a line and I'm going to set one end of the line equals to the center of my window. And since the window is 300 by 300, this center is going to be 150 by 150. And as for x2, I'm going to set x2. I'm going to declare x2 and initialize it to math.sign. Then I'm going to call the toRadian function, and I'm going to add counter to the argument. I'm going to have to cast this to int because as it is, math returns a double. And I'm also going to have to multiply this by 100, which is going to be the length of my line. I'm just going to copy and paste this line of code, change the name to y2, and change sine to cosine. I'm also going to add 150 to center the second point of the line. Very good. Now, I'm going to create a new method which is going to be responsible for slowing down the execution of this thread. So inside my while loop, which is running very fast at the moment, I'm going to write a tick method And down here at the bottom, I'm going to create this public static tick method. And inside, this is going to set the thread to sleep. And in milliseconds, I want this to sleep for 500 milliseconds, which is going to be half a second. We don't need static, we only need void. And this is going to ask for a surrounded try-catch, which Eclipse can implement automatically. And I think this should be done. Now, I'm going to go into my main method, and I'm going to initialize these, or declare I'm going to create an object from this new class. I'm going to call it myThread2. And then I'm going to create a new thread out of this class. And then I am going to start this thread. Something is missing. This is not capital T. Alright. Now if I run this, I should get two displays. As you see, this is moving as I wanted to, but it is moving extremely slowly. So I'm going to head and close these and speed that up slightly by reducing this to 1/10 of a second. And then I am going to run this. And now I have two threads running two windows which are going to be performing different tasks. And I'm going to show you that the previous thread is still running. And these are running completely independently. Alright, well, I hope you found this video useful. And actually I'm going to do a slight recap to explain what we have done. We have created a display class, which is just responsible for setting up a display using the JFrame and Canvas classes. And I have created two classes which can be run as threads, which uses display to create a window and execute some code in the run method. And these are running completely independent of each other. Thereby, they do not interfere with the execution of their code. Well, thanks a lot for watching once again, and goodbye.